we're just looking for a couple guys to step up. As a secondary, as a group, we have to step up because the way we've seen it, we've been some of the leaders of this team over the last 2 years. So obviously, we don't want any drop off. Just a better understanding of the defense, and that'll allow us really to go out there and make some plays.
Given some of the senior experience that you guys lost, have you kind of stepped into a little bit of a leadership role this spring, this summer?
I would hope so. I haven't really changed much that I do, but I try to make a point to communicate with the young guys, maybe give them some helpful tips, something that maybe I wish I would have known when I was younger, when I was coming along. So I just try to make it a point to make sure we're all communicating as a group, not just with the first group or the second group, but the guys that are learning it below us, because someday they're going to be in that same position.
Any example of like what those tips are, or what you wish you would have known a couple of years ago?
It's just little tidbits in the game that you pick up and that you really can't understand or know until you've really been out on the field. So it's just one of those things that you try to explain, when they're out there in practice, maybe to look for this, or maybe this guy gives things away by doing that. So just little tips like that.
Harvey Jackson, how's he looking?
All those young guys, they really want to play. I'm sure they've had a year off just being on the scout team or not playing in any games competitively. So I think they're all ready to put the pads back on and get out there. So like I was saying earlier, every day is a competition. Nothing's set in stone for anyone. So they're all coming for any spot they can get.
Is the competition at safety kind of fun in a way, because there's about 6 or 7 of you that could always start?
Yeah, it's really fun. In practice we have a good time with it in meeting rooms. We're always on each other, so it's it's a healthy competition too. We're all friends, and no one takes things too personally most of the time. So we're just out there competing.
How much depth does this defense have?
I would say over the past couple of years, just being able for the younger guys to really learn, and now that we've had obviously a couple of years in Coach Bo's defense, it's allowed the younger guys that maybe wouldn't have been developing at the rate they are now to really come along. So we have a little bit more depth than I'd say that we have in the past.
Just looking at you guys warming up and stuff, it looks like a more formidable bunch than maybe when we were over here 4 years ago. Do you have that same opinion? It just seems like there's a lot more depth. We're talking about depth, but a lot more playmakers and guys like that around.
Well, I think finally you're starting to see, the guys that this staff has recruited, they're really starting to develop, into the guys that they recruited them to come here to be. And it's starting to fit the schemes that they recruited them to come here for. Anytime you have a coaching change, and I was here for it, you have guys that the old coaches recruited to do one certain scheme or one role on the team, and then all of a sudden maybe that role's not there anymore, and they're trying to fill a different role that maybe they're not built for, or it's a different type of defense or style or whatever. So I'd say now, the group that we have now is molded the way that the coaches want us to be molded.